But how do we know? How do we know the Earth is not flat?
We don't. It's flat.
Okay.
Glad we established that. On HuffPo. No, here it is. Here it is. If you are small, as we are as humans, and that is the entirety of your, and that is the source of your understanding of the world in which you live, then of course the world looks flat. That's not any different from being a child watching television and is presuming that the people you see on TV know you.
They don't know me.
Well, if you're a little child, you think they do know you because you are the center of your own universe. And to mature out of that is very hard, not only when we grow up as humans, but also as we grow up as a civilization. To realize that the Earth is not flat and that it's round means you're not in the center of the Earth. Some of the earliest civilizations we have records of were in the Middle East, okay? And that whole area is called the Mediterranean. Well, Mediterranean translates to Middle Earth. The people who lived there were sure they were in the middle of the Earth. That can only be true if you think Earth is flat. Well, we have many lines of evidence to show that Earth is round, including Apollo photos of the round Earth.
Okay. The only reason I reference that, of course, is you got into kind of a battle on Twitter about that a while back, earlier this year.
Yeah, it wasn't a fair battle when you know you're right and you know the other person is just completely regressed in their thinking. I only jumped in because there must have been an overlap in the Venn diagram of the followers that I have on Twitter and the followers that B.O.B had on Twitter. And I don't know how big that overlap is, but it was sufficient for people to come to me and say, you know, B.O.B is saying Earth is flat. You got to stop him. Say something. Save him from himself. And I'm saying, what? I'm looking, and there they were. And so, and I would have left it alone because I don't have time for this until I saw him saying, I use physics and math to show that Earth is flat. Not, those are fighting words. Okay? If he says he's invoking physics and math, let me see where he claimed to do so. I looked where he claimed to do so, and it was profoundly ignorant of formulas and physics related to the physics of establishing the size of the Earth. Now, I don't mind that people don't know things. That's just plain old ignorance. Ignorance shouldn't be thought of as a bad word. All right? Ignorance just simply means you don't know. But if you don't know and you have the power of influence over others, that's dangerous. If you don't know and you don't know that you don't know, that is particularly dangerous. And so I don't blame B.O.B. and I blame the educational system that can graduate someone into adulthood who cannot tell the difference between what is and is not true about this world.
It's very bad. It's very dangerous.
Dangerous. You don't mess with the truth.